So my name is Aaron Renitz. I'm the founder and managing director of Tan Lines Distilling. I've been operating for about 8 months now. It took me about 2.5 years to get the company up off the ground post-COVID. I worked for a distillery in the US, which is where I learned some of the tricks of the trade in the industry. We are currently making 2 different gins. We have a signature gin and then a pink gin, and then a vodka as well. We've been very successful in the London Spirits Awards and several awards, both here in Australia, and very, very proud of what we're doing. Doing a contemporary style gins, so showcasing Australian botanicals. Lemon myrtle, strawberry gum, wattle seed, and desert lime are our signature flavors. And then our pink gin is using rosella flower, which is a very North Queensland's very, very unique, somewhere between a raspberry and a rhubarb flavor. So it's not a sweet gin, just a little bit above a savory, but something that was something that really fascinated me. It was something I really enjoyed playing with. I created.
Nice. What's the story behind the name? Tan Lines, I think you said, right?
Yes. Tan Lines. It started out as a joke. When I first got here, I moved from Portland, Oregon, in the U.S. To here to Queensland in the northern tropics of
Hang on a second.
Australia.
How come you moved to Australia?
So I'm originally from Australia. I was born in Melbourne. I spent 25 years in the US. Came back to Australia. My wife and I had conversations about we don't really want to go back to Melbourne. We want to go somewhere tropical. So we ended up in the northern tropics of Australia. We're right on the upper limits of the dry tropics. So you go further north, it gets much hotter and sweatier. Where this is some of the most beautiful winters I've ever had living here. And so I was when I first got back here to Australia, I was walking around on a pool deck. That was one of the first times I realized ever in my life I had tan lines on my feet, which is my logo actually has a bottle that has the thong tan line like on your feet. It started out as a joke, and then we just kind of went forward from there because the reactions to it were so good. I got the way people think of tan lines is everywhere from Fiji to very X-rated, and kind of like some dad jokes that I've been telling for years. So
you said just about 8 months, right? So it's pretty new. I mean, you just finished your build up, and then the brand it must be getting some distribution traction now. So where are you at? Like how many? Is it just local around your area, or some distributors in Melbourne, Sydney also have it, or do you also have it in UK? What's the current scenario?
No, so I'm looking for distributors and importers. I'm trying to grow the brand. Obviously, right now our sales strategy is to focus on building Townsville just a little bit more local. Okay. I've been picked up by ALM on their national distribution, nice. But having some issues getting some of the digital stuff on the contracts and everything signed. It's just actually getting it in the processes we're struggling with. Looking to grow as much as possible outside of the state of Queensland and around Australia and around the world. The opportunities to get into UK, US markets would be phenomenal.
Got it. So let's have some pitch. Like if you had an importer or distributor and they said, all right, why shall I stock your product? What would that look like?
We've been 11 awards on our spirits so far. So we're aiming for very, very high quality spirits, something that's very unique, very Australian. And the showcase of the Australian botanicals is something that we're very, very proud of, and something that's resonated with most of the customers we've had so far. We're just looking to grow that and really showcase what Australia and North Queensland can do. So we're operating a 500 liter ice still, which is one of the most state-of-the-art pieces of equipment in the world. They're doing some phenomenal stuff for a small distiller. If
there was a bartender, right, who would ask you, like, what is your story that they need to tell to the consumers at the bar? So any pointers there on, what you think your bartenders can tell to the consumers about your product?
Usually when I'm talking to bartenders about that kind of stuff, it's usually telling them that it's high quality, very high quality products. We're going for something that's very Australian. something that's very versatile. The signature gin is something that I wanted to be able to use in anything. I haven't found anything that I didn't feel like it worked in. Obviously, with everything, some things work better than others. But I've been very, very, very happy with what I can do with it. Usually, when I'm selling to bartenders, I'm telling them, well, here's a list of cocktails you can go down this. You can go down this entire line. If you're going with sours, if you're going with the so I have a background as a bartender, so
nice.
Talking to bartenders is fairly easy for me.
Let's go there. Like, what kind of bars you've seen qualify more? Like, what kind of theme, what kind of concept bars are more matching for your product?
The higher end bars, the finer dining seems to be far more successful in the. If I go to pubs and clubs, they typically, if there's something they're just going to pour a lot of, they really don't care what they're pouring as long as it's cheap.
I understand.
The higher end bars are very easier, much easier to sell on the higher quality, especially here in Australia with the excise prices are a lot higher. That quality and value needs to be there. So typically I'm selling it on the value of what I'm adding for the price they're paying. I'm very fortunate. There's a couple of very high-end bars who are very big supporters here locally, and been showcasing my products there, and it's been some incredible support from the community as well.
Very nice. And are you using those bar names to knock other bars? Like, hey, my brand is top tier. Is that helping?
Currently, I'm the solo operator, so it's just me doing everything. So
understood. So you're taking the order, you're delivering, you're supporting, you're making everything.
Yes, I'll get some help every now and again, and we're just trying to get to that point where it's the growth is enough where I can start bringing some people on and start growing a little bit more and more sustainably. But yes, some of the sales, I need to do more of the sales, or I need to bring a salesperson on. Is one of my biggest challenges. And I'm recognizing now that I'm speaking with you that working with the distributors, I guess I had a different expectation that they would come to me telling me what they needed, so that I could support them, rather than, okay, this is what I have ready for you to support you.
Cool. Anything else, Aaron, that you think we can add it? Like anything which, maybe even if it's technical?
Yeah, so we're very fortunate. The equipment we're using the iStill equipment. We've been very successful. We've partnered with several local businesses who actually take all of the waste. We've managed to get almost everything from the distillery, all the pot ale, all the botanicals, everything we're using. There's a small business called Atlas Soils who takes everything and turns it back into humus soil. And they're partnered with the city. They're bringing all the soils back into the city gardens, city landscapes where kids are playing, where families are playing.
Nice.
Doing some awesome stuff that way.
Very nice.
That partnership is also built on. They had a volunteer collection team, which I have been supporting them. They've managed to go from a volunteer organization to a paid positions, where they're actually now these people who love what they're doing and passionate about what they're doing are now getting paid for what they're doing, which is an excellent next step for them. So to be part of that is something I'm very, very excited to do.
Nice. Where can people find you? Just name your social media handles or your website and just things of that nature.
Yeah, tanlinesdistilling.com is our website. Tan Lines Distilling on Instagram and Facebook, and Tan Lines TSV on Twitter.